Joining us now, Republican Congressman Kevin Hern of Oklahoma. Thank you so much for being here. I mean, I think we're beyond this getting out of hand. I'm surprised that it's gone on this long. Are you?
Well, certainly, I don't think anybody thought the Democrats would vote against a clean CR, their own funding levels that they voted for in March and had voted for last year under President Joe Biden. I think it's important to note that on September 19th, the House sent this clean CR. No Republican writers, no special interest on this at all. Every single Democrat in the House of Representatives voted against it then, with the exception of Jared Golden, who announced yesterday he's not going to run again. It went to the Senate. Republican senators voted for it. The simple majority doesn't work in the Senate side. You have to have 60 votes. So we needed Democrats. And Chuck Schumer and the leadership team over there voted time and time again, now 14 times, to keep the government closed.
Congressman, I want to talk to you about the filibuster option here, the nuclear option, as it's been phrased. The president has been clear that he'd like to see this happen, get rid of the filibuster. I have heard many, many members of Congress from the Senate and House saying that's just not possible. They don't want to see that happen. But with the president's pressure, he tends to keep, kind of scratching away at things until he gets what he wants. Where do you think this conversation ends?
Well, I think you said it right, the president. It doesn't matter which president it is, whether it's President Trump, President Biden, and the list goes on all the way back since the beginning of our existence as a country. The reality is that the people across America, whichever party is in charge, can't understand why a simple majority doesn't work. It works in the House. It works in normal everyday life. But in the Senate, they call themselves the deliberative body by having the 60-vote rule on certain things. Harry Reid blew that up about 12 years ago when it came to nominees, and then it fast forward, Mitch McConnell did the same thing on Supreme Court justices. And so now here we are today, and the American people are really suffering, as you've just been saying in your newscast. 42 million Americans without ability to eat. Their children, many of them, and now they're saying we need a simple majority. We sent Republicans to lead last November, the House, Senate, and the Congress, and the White House, rather. And so we need to get that done. And the filibuster is preventing that from happening. President Trump is very frustrated. He is saying outwardly what Americans across the nation, Republicans, are saying to themselves. What's going on?
And Democrats are saying if we get to December and the ACA credits expire, tax credits expire, people are going to be paying double their premiums. Is that true in your mind? And what's being done to address that bipartisanly?
Well, remember, back in September 19th, there was still almost 4 months to address this very issue that the Democrats caused. In 2023, they're the ones who passed a 2-year extension, a COVID-era extension, and an increase on top of the Affordable Care Act that they said basically 15 years ago that it was going to solve all of our problems, and premiums over these 15 years have doubled. What this extension does, it basically takes care of those who are on the Affordable Care Act and gives them additional monies all the way up to $400,000 a year for a family, for a married couple. The reality is what Republicans are saying, we want to go back to traditional Obamacare, back to the original charts, which was in place before COVID, in place before 2023. And the Democrats are acting like they've had amnesia and that we're trying to go back and do something that nobody thought Republicans would do, which was just accept what the Affordable Care Act says.
Representative Kevin Hern, thank you.